And hello, beautiful people. We're back with some Toki Toki. No. Wish you Lord. I think, maybe. Okay, yes. I was having issues. Okay. So, luckily I can go back to history. Okay, so, I got thrown off there. Apparently, at some point, Natsuki became my girlfriend in the last video, and I completely forgot about it. Oh yes, okay, now I remember. Cool. Sober Crass has done it again. Okay. So where I actually left off was morning time. Come on, get up already. Wait, what's going on? Natsuki, what time is it? Why do you use that alarm clock anyway? It's not like you wake up to it much. Like I said, get up. It's almost time for school. And I've already made your breakfast. Alright. Thanks, Natsuki. I go into the kitchen to not just scrambled eggs, but a few pieces of bacon as well. Since I'm your girlfriend now, I thought the meals I make for you should make you a little less crappy. Ah, that's the word for it. Crappy. 'Cause apparently, I'm not a morning person, actually. Really? That's rather nice of you, actually. I can be nice sometimes. Jeez, could you at least thank me or something? Sorry. Thank you, Natsuki. That's better. Let's eat then. We eat our breakfast while sitting together. I'd like to mention, we head off to school soon after. As we walk in the literature club, once we're done with our classes, we're immediately met by Sayori. So what? You two are dating, aren't you? You have to be at this point. I was going to text you, but I had the feeling you weren't going to spill the beans that easily. Hehehe. I don't really get why it's such a big deal to you, though. Did you make a bet or something? Because I've been cheering you two on, of course. Natsuki rolls her eyes. Yeah, we're dating. I expect Natsuki to follow up with something rude, but so what? I'm proud of it. For sure. I didn't mean it as a bad thing. I know, but I don't see it as a big deal. I guess the fact that Suckless actually got a girlfriend is surprising, though. That's rude. Oh, she's not wrong. You're not wrong. Wow. Even Sayori agrees. Alrighty then. I just think it's super cool, so congrats you two. Thanks, Sayori. I'm also happy about it. That's a lovely thing. You better be considering I'm not willing to just be anyone's girlfriend, you know. Sayori laughs as Natsuki and I walk further into the club room. That reminds me, about this whole relationship thing, Natsuki. What exactly are we supposed to do? I'm not exactly romantic if that's what you're thinking. Me neither. I'd probably end up embarrassing myself if I tried to be romantic. Guess this won't be as easy as I thought. Not necessarily. Monica walks over from her desk. Wouldn't it work better if one of us was more romantic, though? Sometimes unconventional relationships are the ones that work the best. Not everyone has to follow the standard expectation of a relationship. I think what's most important is that you're both happy. That's all that really matters, isn't it? At least that's how I'd like to think about it. I always feel like there's something deeper to that statement. But it doesn't really matter either. I love this character sometimes and I hate him. Anyway, I wish you two the best of luck. I think you two make a cute couple personally. For the last time, I'm not cute! What? Does that mean I am? You're funny sometimes, I guess. I feel like those two things aren't quite the same. I'm not cute, I'm just funny. I understand. I can take a hint, okay? Anyway, I go to get some manga. Alright, I'll go get some manga, Natsuki. Oh, so cute. We read manga again that day, but this time it felt a lot different. It felt more personal. I noticed the way you laughed and smiled a lot more than usual. Could a simple label actually change things that much? Would it have been like this if I got in a relationship earlier too? Similar to what Monica said though, that doesn't actually matter much. What matters is us being happy. I promised I made Natsuki happy, and that thought makes me happy too. I can try being more romantic, however. I mean, what could go wrong? Oh, you know, everything. This is Doki Doki. Beep, 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 shut up. Finally, a day where I wake up before Natsuki, partially because I set my alarm clock 30 minutes earlier than normal, but regardless. Hey Natsuki, are you gonna get up? Natsuki turns over. What are you waking me up for? It's morning, isn't it? And you usually wake me up, so I thought I'd do the opposite for a change. It's too early for me to get up, dummy. I only wake you up because you oversleep. Uh-oh. I think I might have made a mistake, probably. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I won't do it again. Natsuki smiles before turning over again. I think it's nice, though. Huh? That you care about me. You might mess up on a gigantic scale a lot, but it's nice to be cared for by someone. It's the thought that counts, or something like that. I don't know. Next time you should think first, I guess. I'm gonna go back to sleep now. Since I don't feel like getting up after that, I lay back down as well. 2 minutes later, though, I hear the sound of blankets rustling. Phew! Now I'm ready to get up. After 2 minutes? I plan on getting up this time, yeah. I mean, that's not something for me to necessarily complain about, so I'm not really sure why I brought it up. By the way, I've got something to ask. Yeah? This might sound a bit stupid, but do you think I can make breakfast today? I will turn down more time to rest, but why do you want to make breakfast? Oh, you've been making breakfast for over a month now, haven't you? I think it's only fair that I give you a break sometimes. Go ahead. I hope your cooking doesn't suck, though. Although, if you made it for me, then I did anyway, but still. I think it's cool how much of an effort you're making to be kinder to me, you know? What? It's not something I'm intentionally trying to do. It just happens. Ugh, I wish I knew beforehand you'd embarrass me like this once we started dating. But wait, does that mean I have to make breakfast? Like, actually make breakfast? Crap. I usually tend to eat processed food, so I don't know much about homemade cooking. I head off to the kitchen and think about what I want to make. Cupcakes. Natsuki likes sweet stuff, right? But this is breakfast, so it's gotta be something breakfast themed. I made breakfast food so I know how to cook. Anyway, not many. I don't think I could try something new, but that could also end up being a disaster. Something simple and basic, or something complicated and make it horrible. I am all about overdoing it. I will go out of my way to please and fuck up. Natsuki is a special person to me. She deserves a special meal. This might take a while, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. For the eggs, that'll be 1, 2, sarcopus, then the oatmeal, sarcopus! Huh? I turned to Natsuki, who's still waiting for me to be done. Are you sure you know how to cook this meal this big? Like, are you actually sure? Cause I'm not to venture sure. What makes you say that? Granted, it's been nearly 30 minutes now, but that's not part of the process. I just hope it tastes good if we're going to be late for school for this. Oh crap, we probably are going to be late for school. With how far I am into making this, we'll probably only be about 5 minutes late. That's not too bad in my opinion. Like I said, this food better be worth it. After a few short moments pass, and the food is done. It's a gigantic meal consisting of scrambled eggs, bacon, oatmeal, pancakes covered with syrup, French toast, and water. There wasn't a carton of orange juice, so I had to cleverly improvise. As I bring the meal to Natsuki, she's surprised by how large it is. Yeesh, I knew it was going to be this big. I knew it was going to be big, but not this big. Well, I am here to impress, as I said before. You are a special person. You do deserve the best. Natsuki is slightly hesitant to try my food, which is fair since food could look a bit more appetizing, and my plating skills aren't exactly fantastic either. Despite that, she takes a bite of the scrambled eggs. A blank expression rests on her face as she quietly mutters something to herself. So far, so good. She tries tasting the French toast next, but before she can try to swallow, she gags and scrambles to drink some water. I don't think this is supposed to be happening. Succubus, you idiot! Asi tries speaking, but her throat is incredibly dry as she keeps coughing. Oh, come on, I'm not that great at cooking, yeah, but it could have been that bad. Asi paces over to the cooking counter and brings something back. What's this? She puts down the container she's holding. That's my sugar shaker. No, it's a salt shaker. Her reaction makes a lot more sense now. No. I could have sworn I picked the sugar shaker, not the salt one. Natsu drinks some more water. The two containers look different too. Even I don't get it, you could have mixed them up. Natsu sighs, sits down, her elbow resting the table as she leaves her hand on her forehead. She seems to have come to some kind of realization, I'm guessing. You care too much. Sure, you only just woke up, but the main thing is that you were so caught up in making this huge meal for me that you didn't even check what ingredients you were using. What's that do to serve someone this nice? To make such a shitty breakfast? I'm really sorry, Natsuki. I should have made something a simpler meal instead. Hey, you still made a lot of food for me. I should at least try eating the other parts of it. And knowing the French toast thing, my cooking isn't that good. I don't think you need to eat the rest of it. In that case, we can share it. Here, you can have the French toast. I said I was sorry, Natsuki. I'm joking, but come on, you have to eat too, don't you? I guess so. Actually, this tastes terrible. Let's eat some cereal instead. That's what I thought. I grabbed 2 bowls and a box of cereal for Natsuki and... as we were on our way to forgetting I ever cooked any of that, I should have done something simpler. But it's the thought that counts, right? It sucks. As we ate, I sneaked a question in the middle of it. Since we're boyfriend and girlfriend now, we should start going on actual dates now, right? Nancy spits out her food all over me. Wait, what? Actually, that wouldn't be different from what we've done before. Go on. Saying we could have a picnic. Your thoughts? That doesn't sound so bad. You have to help me make the food though. I let you be lazy more than the average person does, but I have my limits. Got it. Since it's the weekend, how about we make the food tomorrow and leave it that day? You should have enough ingredients, so we might as well. No backing out either, you promised. I didn't promise anything, but I get the gist anyway. Finally, the weekend has magically appeared and school did not exist. I needed a literature club or anything after that. Guess it's time to start cooking then. Where's Natsuki though? Did she already start making the food? I headed to the kitchen. As I previously guessed, there was a whole roll of foods. Whoa, I thought your specialty was baking, Natsuki. It is, which is why all the food I made so far today is stuff that you bake. Take a closer look and see several flavors of cupcakes. Oh, don't you tantalize me. You're right. I'm the one who has to make the non-baking stuff in. Yep. Okay, I'll list off the foods I know how to make. I can make scrambled eggs, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, that's it. Oh, I can technically make more than that, but you know how that went earlier. What the heck? Then what's with all these ingredients? That's a pretty good question, actually. What's it gonna be then? Scrambled eggs or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Sandwiches, I guess. These would be the best sandwiches you've ever tasted. Trust me. Natsuki smiled. She's tired, but genuinely happy. I'll wait for you to prove it to me then. And so, I went on to make the best sandwiches ever. Actually, there's a bit of an exaggeration. I like to think they were good though. Wouldn't actually be able to find out until we actually leave for the picnic. Is everything ready? Should be. Good. Let's get going already. What are you looking forward to? Wait, what? Are you looking forward to this or something? Natsuki's face quickly shifts to a nervous expression. No, maybe a little. Gosh, you do this on purpose, don't you? Guess you've got me all figured out, huh? You really shouldn't tease girls unless you really like them, you know that. We're dating. Oh yeah. He's just the same line, be like, we're dating. Oh yeah. Natsuki looks like she's about to throw out another, but can't bring herself to make that excuse. Fine, I'll give you that, but I'll win next time. Next time? Win what? When I do, you'll pay. You owe me a hug or something. I'm still working out the details. Oh, I could work out some details for you if, you ever require any assistance. I got you. Sure thing, Natsuki. But for now, it was time for a picnic. A picnic where only foods were sandwiches, cupcakes. But it wasn't the food that mattered. It was about spending time with my girlfriend, Natsuki. Ooh, flashback. Hey, I wanted to talk. Oh, there's plenty to talk about. Here, I'll let you start. Look, I know things have been a bit rough between us, but I promise you I'm trying. It's just so hard. That doesn't change anything. You still have a daughter to take care of. I know, I'm trying. Whatever you say, Dad. So, where are we even going to go, anyway? Natsuki and I walk out of my house and head towards somewhere, I think. I thought you had planned that out already. You know, since you came up with this idea and all. Oops. I think there's a park nearby we could sit down at. I'll let you lead the way then. You better not get lost. Yeah, I know. We wandered around for a bit. I was heading in the correct direction, I swear, until I stumbled upon a grassy park. The weather conditions are perfect for a picnic, luckily. Should be here then. Works for me. Natsuki sets down the blanket she's carrying, and I put down the basket of food I'm holding. We both sit and get ready to eat. I pull out one of Natsuki's cupcakes from the basket and take a bite. It's soft, and moist, and delicious, all at the same time. Dang, this has got to be some of the best work yet. Well, considering this is, the second cupcake of mine you've ever had. Look, I'd like to put it on my list of top 2 cupcakes you made. It's a compliment. Natsuki smiles and quietly laughs. Thanks, Archipus. Natsuki takes one of the sandwiches I made and has a bite. It's better than your breakfast cooking, I'll say that much. So you know it's kind of hard to screw up a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Thanks, that's what I was going for. Yeah, I'll go with that. We didn't spend much time eating, meaning we weren't left with much to do afterwards. So we decided to lay down. Next to each other. On the blanket. Maybe I can take another shot at being romantic. Guy. No, you idiot. The sky certainly is blue. Actually, no. Oh, no. No. Actually, I'll hold off on that for now. It sure is, Archipus. I'm glad you noticed. Cut me some slack. I'm trying to think of something to talk about. Natsuki turns her head and looks into my eyes. I don't think you have to force yourself to find something to talk about. Just being together is pretty nice. You're not wrong. Hey, Natsuki. What? Sorry if this is a sensitive topic, but what do you think your future's gonna be like? Do you have a dream job or something? Natsuki ponders for a little bit. I've had ideas for what I'd like to do, but I haven't actually decided. There's so much I've been having to focus on these days that it's not something I can think about right now. Seemingly wanting to change the subject, Natsuki asked me the same thing. What about you? What's your dream job? You can't be a NEET forever. Huh? My dream job? I love animated death, so maybe with enough practice I could one day become the ultimate animator or something to at that point, some point. No, that's wrong. I'd be lying if I said I was serious thought about my future. I wouldn't turn out to even be a rookie animator. Honestly, I've got nothing. Sucks for you, Natsuki sighs. I'm going to have to help you get a job at some point, aren't I? Well, I'll take all the help I can get. That's what I thought. I don't know why we're focusing on that, though. You have to learn just to shut up and enjoy your surroundings sometimes, Octopus. Yeah, that's true. I'll admit I'm not great at relaxing. Maybe it's all the deaths I've witnessed. I know how you feel, though. I feel like I've been carrying a weight of the world on my shoulders lately. I can make it easier for you. I moved closer to Natsuki and slowly put my arms around her, which eventually turns to a hug. She looks surprised, but glad nonetheless. Yeah, but you can't hug me forever. I can't hug you for now, though. I'm sure I'll owe you one later anyway, like you said before. Fine. I still don't get why you keep being so nice to me, though. It's not like I've been nice back. I think you've acted a lot softer lately, actually. Really? Yeah, I doubt I've rubbed off on you or anything, but it's cool to see. You say weird stuff sometimes. What, you only just noticed? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it could just be one of the reasons why I'm attracted to you. Or maybe not. You get my point. We stayed in that position for nearly an hour. Ah, damn. Normally that seems like something that would never happen, but on a day this peaceful, we sort of just came together like that. We should probably go home now. Natsuki hugs me tighter. Do we have to? Wish I could stay, but like you said, nothing can last forever. We've got homework to do, so... Fine. Disappointed, Natsuki gets up as we start to gather up our stuff. We walk back home immediately after. As we're back in my living room, we sit down on the couch next to each other. Well, that happened. I grab leftover cupcakes. I'm relaxed, but Natsuki seems to have something on her mind. Everything okay, Natsuki? I take a bite and wait for a response. I've been thinking, and... Natsuki pauses for nearly a full minute. I trust you enough to tell you, but this isn't something I want you to be involved with. What are you talking about, though? Like I said, I don't want you involved. Don't worry about me. I've already accepted what's going on. I'd like to help her, but how? She clearly doesn't want me to have anything to do with this. If you say so. Natsuki gets up. I'm going to watch some anime. If you need me, just ask. Natsuki walks off with a worried look on her face. Pains me to watch this happen, but in times like this, I need to stay true to myself. As cliche as it sounds, patience is a virtue. And patience has gotten me this far. It's how I managed to get into a relationship with Natsuki in the first place. I think everything will work out in the end, as long as I wait and prepare for whatever might come next. I'll succeed. Natsuki! I wake up before my alarm clock goes off. Surprisingly, I see Natsuki nowhere in the room. I didn't hear anything last night, so something bad couldn't have happened, right? I can't let my mind get the better of me for now. Slowly, yet confidently, walk into the living room. There you are. I see Natsuki sitting on the couch with a blanket wrapped around her. I sit down next to her. What happened? Natsuki looks like she wants to say something, but can't manage to do so. It was just a nightmare. That's it? Gotta be a pretty bad dream for you to be out here. When a nightmare happens in the room you sleep in, you wouldn't want to stay in that room, would you? Plus, I didn't want to wake you up. You can wake me up anytime, Natsuki. I'm here for you. Yeah, but something I don't want you to have to deal with. This isn't your fight. I'm guessing you're not going to tell me what's going on then. I don't mean that to guilt trip you, but you need to think about what's best for you. I know, Succubus. Maybe someday I'll tell you. It's okay, Natsuki. You give Natsuki a hug as she closes her eyes and take a deep breath. Now, how about some breakfast? Breakfast! Yeah, I want breakfast. I can't stand having things to continue like this. I want the old you back. So what do I do wrong, Dad? What do I do that's causing me to be treated like this? What did I do to make you neglect me like this? Sometimes it's how things go. There's no real reason for it, at least any that's intentional. Sometimes it just happens. Not that I want it to anyway. But why? As I said, it's not necessarily a reason. You have to learn to accept that. No, there has to be a reason. What happened to you? Want things to get better. Want to see you back to normal. Is that even going to happen? Oh no, Natsuki, I'm trying my best. We continued to go on dates for at least over a month. Things were pretty normal, but on some occasions I noticed a tall man that Natsuki would glare at for a few moments. Should have told me who he was. Not until today. Natsuki and I were about to go on our date at the time. We had picked a fast food restaurant to go on, but just before we walked in, Natsuki saw that man again. Let's go somewhere else. Before I could object, she grabbed me by the arm and tried to drag me away. That was until he spoke to me. You over there. I need to ask you something. I froze. Not even Natsuki being able to move me. Yeah? I had no idea what to think at the time. Who was this guy? Am I about to be dead? Are you dating Natsuki? I gulped. Yes. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you. And then he just walked away, leading me to right now, where I am left extremely confused. Anxiety clouded my thoughts. Yeah, I was definitely about to be dead. What do you even want with me? What's he want with you? Calm down, Succubus. Natsuki grabs my shoulder, but I'm still shaking. How am I supposed to be calm? This reeks of creepiness. Natsuki looks down at the ground. He's my dad. What? I said I don't want you to get involved. If it comes down to it, then I'll handle it. Natsuki has a determined look on her face. Just, what am I missing here? Are you sure you can handle it, though? I'm not trying to downplay your strength, but I feel like there's something deeper going on here and not being told about. You care too much, Succubus. You really do. Natsuki clenches her fists and faces a mixture of irritated and sad. Let's go home, Natsuki. Yeah. We head home as Natsuki sighs and walks towards my room. Maybe I should do something for her. Is there something nice I could surprise her with? As I sit down on my couch, I notice a flyer sitting on the coffee table in front. Parfait Girls, the movie, huh? In theaters tomorrow, too. Natsuki did tell me about it a while ago. I think it was supposed to be an original story, not in the manga or anime, right? Hey, Natsuki. I shout as I walk into my room. She's laying on the bed, still seemingly conflicted. Are you free tomorrow? Am I ever not free? Think about it, I don't think I ever run into a situation where she was too busy or something like that. I'm taking a nap. I promise tomorrow will be good. I lay down on the bed and close my eyes. I soon fall into a deep sleep and find myself waking up in the middle of the night. Why wasn't Natsuki next to me, though? Slowly walk into the living room. I turn over to the kitchen and see Natsuki getting something out of the fridge. Natsuki, why are you up so late? Natsuki, shocked to hear someone awake, drops the food she's holding. Luckily, nothing breaks. I could ask you the same thing. Hey, I woke up a few minutes ago. I don't think you went to sleep in the same time I did, though. Probably stressing you out with this, aren't I? Natsuki brushes back to my room, ashamed. Natsuki, I plan on going back to sleep anyway, so I head back to my room and see Natsuki laying on my bed, her face buried in a pillow. You're not stressing me out at all, Natsuki. I get a bit concerned, sure, but nothing I can't deal with. You know, I've actually been recently thinking about telling you. Telling me what? You already know, Succubus. This about her, Dad. But I can't bring myself to do it. I don't know if I ever will. Even though I can't see her face, it sounds like she's crying. One step at a time, Natsuki. I get into bed with her. Now, hold my hand. Natsuki tightly grips my hand. There. Feel a bit calmer? Get some rest. I said I had something planned for tomorrow, didn't I? You'll like it, believe me. Natsuki stops making noise, which leads me to assume that she's fallen asleep. I should probably do the same. As I wake up the next morning, I notice Natsuki is sound asleep. One of the first times I've ever woken up before, now that I think about it. I leave my room to make breakfast. I feel a tinge of anxiety. I know it for now, but how long can I keep this up? How long until I break? It's really not something I want to think about while making scrambled eggs, so I don't. Instead, I'm done making breakfast. I go back to my room and use my time to order tickets online for Parfait Girls movie. I planned on taking Natsuki to. I check back in my room and see that Natsuki is awake. I'm still concerned for her. I ask how she's doing. Feeling any better? A little. Good. Remember, I've got something in store for later today. Wake me up when it happens, and... Natsuki turns over and tries going back to sleep. My mind starts to drift towards worrying again, but I don't want to keep worrying like this. Not yet again. A few hours pass, and it's almost time for us to go. Ready, Natsuki? Natsuki groggily responds. For what? You already forgot? You never even told me what we were doing. Natsuki gets out of bed. Ah, that's true. Well, how about you find out now? I hold up the tickets I printed earlier. Actually, it's not that surprising. I already knew you were getting the tickets. Uh-oh. Yesterday I would have asked if we can go, but you know how tired I was. Earlier today, though, I was going to try to ask, but I caught a glimpse of you when you were printing the tickets, so... Huh. I guess you must have gotten a glass of water or something and didn't notice with the printer drowning the sound out. Anyway, it's not that long until it starts. Let's go. Shortly after we head outside, I lead Natsuki to a movie theater. Why are you doing this anyway? Not that I'm upset or anything. I don't know, you seem to be having a hard time lately, so I thought I'd do something to take your mind off of it. Natsuki doesn't look grateful that often, but when she does, it's unbelievably satisfying. Thank you. Seriously, I don't deserve any of this. Well, I deserve some of it, but still. Nothing else, at least Natsuki seems to be going back to being her old self. We walk up to the man at the ticket counter. 2 seats for 3:30 p.m. screening of Parfait Girls, please. Go ahead. Natsuki and I walk into the theater. The lobby is gigantic, containing more than enough space for a place like this. Interesting. The snack vendor is full of delicious treats filled with traditional movie theater snacks from around the world. That, of course, wasn't the main attraction. We head up to the cinema room where the movie is supposed to play, only to find out we were the only people who showed up. Did we arrive on time? It's 3:30 now, isn't it? But hey, we do have front row seats. Not that it matters. We sit down next to each other as the movie begins. So, what did you think of it, Natsuki? That's all there is to it. I don't know if it lived up to the hype, but I thought it was decent. Same here. I wasn't sure about as well they could adapt the series into a movie, but they did a pretty good job. I pull away my arm that was wrapped around Natsuki's shoulders and stand up. Time to go home? Hey, Succubus, there's something I want to say first. Natsuki looks off to the side. She always does this whenever she's nervous. What is it? Thanks. I never had a boyfriend like you, or a boyfriend at all, or even a friend like you, or anyone at all like you. You- You're the only one who takes me to the movies I want to watch or makes food with me. You're the only person who's been this nice to me, so if I'm ever mean towards you, part of the reason why. I'm shocked by how kind you are, so I don't always know how to react. And I think a lot about how other people see me since I want to be the best, so that's part of it. This is stupid. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Natsuki's head droops as she gets up and heads down towards the exit. What's going on, Natsuki? That was the final piece of this puzzle I'm missing. Or, what's the final piece of this puzzle I'm missing? Natsuki, we need to talk about your grades. Yeah, so what about them? You know what I'm referring to. My grades suck. There you go. What else is new? This has to change. I don't know if you'll need a tutor or something, but we can't let things keep going like this. We can't let you be held back a second time, Natsuki. So what if I am? Is it really a big of a deal? We both know your education is important. Even then, how are my grades supposed to change even if the situation I live in won't change? How are my grades supposed to get better if I'm living here doesn't get any better? Going through all this, I can only do so much. What are you going to do if you get held back again then? Old people tell your friends. Will you lie about your age to the people you meet? Were you listening to anything I even said? I did, but you're missing my point. No, I get your point, but you don't seem to get mine. If that's how you want to go about this, then fine. It's not like I can do anything about this anyway. It's not like I was ever able to do anything about the things going on in my life. Things continued as normal for the next few days. Actually, I don't know if I consider it normal. Something definitely felt off, and in the middle of one night, I would learn why. It had to have been around 3 a.m. at the time. Natsuki and I were asleep until I heard a loud noise along the lines of a thud. I turned to Natsuki's side and saw that she had rolled off the bed. I didn't think much of it initially, so thought she had another nightmare or something. Happened because of her tossing and turning. To some degree, that was true, but so I found, looked at her after she fell, I discovered a horrifying fact. When she fell, her shirt lifted in a way that her right shoulder became visible, and the final puzzle piece I had been looking for had finally appeared. She looked up at me, albeit groggily. She had just woken up after all. Natsuki? What's with that bruise, Natsuki? And here I am now, shocked and furious to see such a thing. I could spend some time coming up with a bunch of other possibilities explaining why she has that bruise, but there was no point, everything already fit together. The thoughts rushed through my head. The reason why she has the bruise. The reason why she came to live with me. The reason why she acts the way she does towards her dad. There is no other explanation. Maybe I'm just jumping the gun, but this is the conclusion I have come to. Natsuki was hit by her dad. This isn't bad enough, the potential implications could even be worse. I feel tizzy. Now what? How do I handle this? It's not like I can ignore this. I was able to ignore it before, but that's because I didn't realize what was going on. I didn't realize the seriousness of the situation. But now that I do, I have to do something. Succubus, this bruise, don't bother. I already know. Natsuki has a guilty expression on her face. Are you mad at me, Succubus? I don't have any excuses anymore. Before I hid it from you since I thought I was going to do the right thing by keeping you out of this, but I'm not mad at you. I wish I didn't have to find out like this, but I'm not upset with you, Natsuki. I'd say that we should discuss this tomorrow, but I don't think either of us feel like going back to sleep. Motion for Natsuki to get up as she gets back in bed. Do you want anything to drink? Are you hungry? No. Just, I want to get this over with. Natsuki's face is a continuous whirlwind of emotions, fear, regret, and sadness, all cycle through at the same time. When did this happen, Natsuki? As I talk, I get back into bed as well. Comfort that I got from laying down, covered in blankets, was gone now. Remember the day when I snapped at you and said I hated everyone? It's not a good memory to go back to, but yes. I ran out of the classroom, I head home right after. Then I was having an argument with my dad as usual, and I stopped her right there. Hold up, as usual? Does this thing happen often or something? Don't have to go back. I'd have to go back a bit further to explain. I feel bad for interrupting again, but I need to get the bruise out of the way first. Sorry, go back to the story. We can talk about the rest later. Yeah, so I was arguing with my dad, and then I escalated, and then Nazi shows me the bruise again. Then you ran to my house, didn't you? Yeah. Sorry I haven't fully processed this yet. It's been over a month since then, though. Shouldn't your bruise have faded out by this point? I don't know. I thought about that too, but I didn't want to tell anyone, so... Again, we can focus on that later. I think I understand everything now. But I need to ask you more about the situation with your dad. Was it always like this? Atsuki takes a deep breath. My home life used to be fine, or at least better. It wasn't amazing or anything, which had a lot to do with how tight our money was. My mom passed away early into my childhood, so my dad took care of me from that point on. He wasn't the worst father ever or anything. He got mad a lot, but not nearly as mad as he's gotten over these past few years. Did something happen to make him more upset like that? I don't know. Maybe he just couldn't deal with everything put together. Him and my mom were apparently married for 15 years before they had me. I think raising a child with his wife was too important for him to put into words. Our money situation gotten worse recently too. We haven't totally sunk yet, although it has gotten tough for him. That doesn't justify what he did to you. I didn't say it does. I'm mad about this too. There's so much to take in all at once. Maybe I really should have waited till tomorrow to talk about this, but it's too late for that now. As the years went by, my dad started to distance himself from me. It's more like he distanced himself from everyone. He can do that if he wants, but he still has a daughter to take care of, and occasionally making dinner isn't enough. I felt neglected because of it. It was like I did something wrong, but I couldn't figure out what it was. Does he drink, Natsuki? No, I don't think so. I never saw him drink anyway. As I was saying, I would argue with him a lot about how I was treated. I wasn't going to neglect that was the problem. It's how he acted towards other things too. He had a perfect idea of what he wanted his daughter to be like. He was willing to give some leeway, but not enough to let me do things like keep my manga collection at home. He wanted to have that much control over your life, when he could barely take care of himself? Basically. Alice, the more I hear of this, the more I feel bad for Natsuki. What she had been going through, not just how someone should have to live. Because he wanted me to be the best daughter ever. That's what he taught me for years to do. He wanted me to rise above everyone else. Yeah, when to see me be successful was one thing, but you didn't have to push it that hard as he did, right? Yeah, and it wasn't exactly him focusing on my grades either. I've never been good enough at school to be a straight A student anyway. He told me to be the best socially too, and I'd have the most friends. That even though I might not always work out, to be sure to try to talk to people. I never figured out what to do. I never wanted to figure out if I should take advice from him, of all people. It didn't really matter though. In the end, it's a hard time trying to make friends because I had trouble trusting people thanks to him. I can't even think right now. My mind is frozen. Like I said, I didn't want it to end the way I did. Things just happen that way. Sometimes I try to be nice, but a lot of times I didn't want to show any weakness. I don't get why it happened that way, but it did. Nazi pauses, taking a deep breath. Remembering all this can't be easy. I think the reason why he's so obsessed with me being successful is because of himself. I think he didn't want me to turn out the way he did. Nazi looks like she's about to break down. Regardless, there's something I need to know. Nazi, Do you still care for him? Nancy thought long and hard about that question as we sat in complete silence. A part of me does. Okay, let's make sure we're on the same page here. What your dad did to you is abuse. I need to make something clear. Another one of his actions was undeniable, unjustifiable neglect towards you. How do you fully feel about him? Just think of everything, Natsuki. I give Natsuki a few minutes while I wait for her to come up with an answer. Letting all this is so surreal. It's like you know something's wrong, but you only later realize the extent of how awful it is. I think it's funny how this turned out. Not the kind of funny I'm talking about. More about how I came to find out about this. Natsuki seems bent on letting me find out about the situation. She didn't always do a great job, but she continued to try to hide it. Then there's tonight. Because my bed's up against the wall, you can only fall off it if you lay down on the left side. I was the first one to get in bed that night, and I lay down on the right side. So the only option was for Natsuki to lay down on the left side. If that didn't happen, she would have never fallen off the bed, I would have never seen her bruise, and I would have never learned the truth behind all this. I know I was trying to give Natsuki time to think, but a thought crossed my mind. Did your dad ever try to take his life? Huh? I asked if your dad tried committing suicide at any point. He hasn't. I'm trying to figure something out. He said that he distanced himself from everyone, and you think that was because he was sick of life piling up on him, right? He lost his wife, his financial situation was rough, and so on. I think so. Wouldn't it if he had tried to take his own life? Sorry if that sounds random, but it's something I was thinking about. He had to at least have some reason to live, wouldn't he? Or you're looking too deep into it. No, I think I'm on to something. Otherwise, it leaves only two possibilities. There was another reason he distanced himself from everyone, or he had no reason to live. There's something pointing out to the first possibility. I think I'd make sense of it if there was. Either, as for a second possibility, he hadn't even attempted suicide, right? Again, you're looking way too deep into it. You can't tell what someone's feeling when you don't know them well enough. It's just not possible. I also remember you suggesting that it was possible the reason your dad was so upset with you being successful was because he didn't want to see you end up like himself. What if he kept living for you? If it were true, then would it be a twisted, sick way of conveying love when you look at how he treated you? But even with how angry I am at him, I can't totally ignore that maybe it was for that situation. I'd be even more conflicted now. There's absolutely no justifying his actions, and violence is never the answer, but maybe I really am looking at this from the wrong perspective. Perhaps there is no right perspective to this either. Again, what he did was despicable, but I do wonder. Can't believe I forgot to mention this, but it's the first time he hit you, right? That's what I've been getting from what you said. This is the first time he hit me, yeah. Back when he and my mom first got married, they agreed they would never use violence to get the point across if they ever had kids. I wondered how she would feel about all this. Now she finally breaks into tears. It's been a long night, Natsuki. I'm proud of you for telling me all this. Natsuki struggles to speak. It's not like I had a choice. Maybe, but that doesn't make it any less difficult. How much longer is this going to last? Natsuki cries harder. Hey, I'm your boyfriend. One of the things I'm supposed to do when you're having a hard time is to comfort you. So let me do that. Let me comfort you. We both lay down and hug each other. It was the most personal, emotional hug I had experienced. I think even I cried a little. And that's the end. Oh man. There's no point in the alarm clock today. Okay. That has me feeling all different types of ways. So, huh. that that was their experience. And I say that because I don't know, the way the main character handled like him finding out about all that, which it's very obvious from the start, he jumped in said, no, I don't think he handled it the wrong way, but then again, it was a little weird, but it's alright. Honestly, that situation screwed up anyway. That is never okay. We all go through hard times, but we shouldn't let us affect it like that, no matter what happens. But anyway, guys, I knew things were gonna get bad, but now we know just how bad they got. And I'm sure there'll be plenty more to fight along the way. But for now, go to sleep. Think about this video for a bit. Think about how someone treats you, and things they might have gone through, or how you treat another person. Don't let bad things make you treat other people differently. It's not okay. Even I had to learn from that. My main issue is not being a morning person. But that has a lot to take from. Even being as screwed and messed up as it is. But for now, go to sleep. Eat dinner if you haven't already. But I'm going to go to bed myself. Make sure you all sleep well. And I love you. And know you love me. And Natsuki. And all the other wonderful girls. But goodbye, guys. Mwah. Bye-bye.